Welcome to another demonstration video of Sim Racing Online. This demonstration race we are in Assetto Corsa on Black Cat County with the IMSA GTX mod. GTX stands for Gran Turismo Experimental. It was a class that ran in the late 1970s, beginning 1980s. The AI is all bunching up already. My brakes are so cold I can't brake in time. So you have to be very careful on the first lap with this mod, because there are no tire borders. The tires are stone cold, as are the brakes. Especially the corner that is coming up now is quite a handful of cold tires. As is the next one. There are a lot of cool cars in this class from the late 70s, beginning 80s. We have the BMW M1 V8. That's also running a bit more up front, I think. And we have the Ferrari 512 BB Le Mans, one of the heavier muscle cars. And we have the Ford Mustang Turbo GTX, to just name a few. Me myself, I'm racing in the Chevrolet Decon Monza, one of the lighter cars. The strength of this car is the chassis being a bit lighter, and also it's very good in the corners, and it can brake very late, so that's an advantage over the heavier cars. I hope I will be able to give a demonstration as we speak, outbraking the Ferrari 512. And this happened, the AI is especially slow. Well, can't wait for that, have to go. So just gonna pass him on the inside. We have a Ferrari 512 running in front of us, the yellow one. And it's very recognizable by the exposed exterior of the car. You can, above the bumper there, you can look inside to see all the internals working. So normally this car is a bit faster than me on the straight, but I've tucked my nose under its bumper, so I'm getting a really good reft. And I braked a bit earlier than him, but normally I can outbrake that car, where he doesn't accept me taking his place. But normally I can outbrake that car if we're running side by side. No need to be a hero quite so early. Let's see, well, that may be the AI, but I think the car is a bit faster than that through the corner. What I've also noticed with the AI in the set of cars is that once you pass them, they start to fall back. They're not fighting anymore. So that's a characteristic that it's a bit weird, but it's like that. So I chose Black Cat County because it reminds me a lot of Ben nog Bray and the Highlands, also a Scottish track. This, of course, is Black Cat County is located in the United States, but Ben nog Bray and Highlands also are both tracks from Scotland, both fictional, I might add, as is this track. But Ben nog Bray and Highlands are not similar in terms of the view, but more in terms of the track layout. The track layout is the track layout is quite similar to this. Not in the way the corners go left and right, but the feel of the track, if you know what I mean. The atmosphere, the feel of the track. It's very racy, fast sweeping corners. And there's a car next to me. That is a Ford Mustang Turbo. There are 4 turbo cars in this mod, of which the Ford Mustang is one, and the Porsche, there's also a Porsche 935 in this mod from 1977. That is the Ford Mustang, and he just swoops by me on sheer turbo power. I like this this braking zone. It's very technical, and it's also an adventure. Every time I brake for that corner, I'm thinking, well, how will it go this time? But with a bit of practice, it's okay. I think that was a similar car to mine, that red one there, or that is the Decon Monza Turbo GTX. That's also a turbo car. But the AI, being the AI, once I pass him, it just falls back. So we also have, like I mentioned, the Porsche 935 from 1977 is also in this mod. And we have the Chevrolet Decon Monza that I'm driving, and we have the Chevrolet Corvette by Greenwood. Quite a battleship of a car, very big, also a muscle car. And in this series I'm trying to balance out the tracks between the twistier tracks, the more technical tracks, and the power tracks. So I'm trying to put in 3 of both. So the tracks that I've chosen are this one, Black Cat County, and then we have Rattlesnake Point. That's an R Factor 1 track, and R Factor 1 players will recognize this track because it was one of the more favorite tracks of R Factor 1, Rattlesnake Point. It's also converted now to Assetto Corsa, so we're gonna make full use of that. And then we have Dennybrook, Brainerd, the historic version. It's a combination of very long straights and tight corners like Clermont-Ferrand or Charette. And then we're going to Mont-Tremblant, Grand Prix version. Ooh, I just missed it by a hair. I wasn't all too sure on the brakes there. Well, no harm, no foul. Let's pretend that didn't happen. So, Mont-Tremblant Grand Prix version, we're going there. Also, more twisty track. And then we go to Tulle Lange-le-Barn from 1968. That was a track where Formula 1 cars used to race in the 60s. And it's more or less situated on an airfield there with straw bales to the side. And it's a beautiful, beautiful track. And very racy, so we're gonna have a lot of fun there. And last but not least, another R Factor 1 track called Old Ring, the Grand Prix version. Next to Rattlesnake Point, Old Ring was also a very popular track for R Factor 1, and that's now also being converted to Assetto Corsa. So grateful for that, because that's a beautiful looking, very nice track. No cars behind me, no cars in front of me. Coming up to the very, very slow hairpin. And then we see, I think that's a BMW M1. And I see a Ford Mustang Turbo. The swapping paint there. And then in front of that, I think that's the What's that car called again? The Decon Monza Turbo GTX. So on the long straights I'm losing out to those turbo cars. We have 4 turbos in this mod and 4 naturally aspirated cars. So the muscle cars are more or less naturally aspirated, and the other 4 cars have turbos, of which the Ford Turbo, Ford Mustang is one, and then the Porsche 935. I think they're all putting 3 Porsches 935 in this race, but I think they're all running at the point of the field. So we're not seeing those, but they're here. And the BMW 320i GTX is also a turbo car. It's also in this pack. I'm not seeing that one either. Maybe behind or in front. There are 3 BMWs 320i's in this race. There must be somewhere. This is a fun corner because of the lighter weight car and the late braking. You can really throw it in there and then pick up the power as soon as possible to get a good exit. And I'm one of the few cars that can take this corner flat out, if I'm taking the correct line, that is. So again, missed them by a hair. It's very easy for me to pick up places here. But I don't want to sport or race. It feels like cheating to pass the AI here because they're so slow there. I can be up in front in 5 laps if I start from behind and start capitalizing on the lack of speed of the AI in some corners. But what is the fun in that? So there comes the turbo. That is the Decon Monza Turbo passing me there, and there's another one, twin brothers. But as you can see, well, he's still next to me, but he didn't want to give it up. But somehow, I haven't driven this car, that Decon, but somehow he has to brake. I think it's the AI that makes him brake much earlier than he actually should. And then he drops back, the AI being the AI. This is also a fun section. I'll try to describe the corners for you. This is a corner that turns in on itself. So if you get a good exit out of here, you can put on the power very early and get a good shot out of that corner. Then on the left you see a rock there, that's your brake marker to brake for this corner. Get on the power early as you can to get a good slingshot out of there. And then if I turn in there and shift up to 4th gear to make it rotate a bit better, I can take that corner flat, go in 2nd gear, then back to 1st, short burst on the throttle, on the brakes again for a very tight hairpin. Just brake and let the brake go to let it rotate. Same story here, but now the other way, to the right side, brake, releasing the brake and let it rotate, early on the power, and then get a good line onto the main straight here, avoiding the wall on the left. That's the One of my favorite corners there, that last one. If you get a good line and you can jump early on the power, it's so satisfying. So, did 6 laps. That's a good demo. Point brake, yeah. We're gonna brake in front of that sign. So, if you like what you see, you like these mods, and you like the track choices, come and join us and sign up for the series. That will start beginning of April, I think. And hope to see you there. Bye bye.